good year. Too bad this year wasn't so good. I'm Mike AD, and this is This Week in Wrestling. On to Monday night, the Christmas Eve tape version of Monday Night Raw. A very amusing opening featuring a parody of the night before Christmas with the featured matches. Very clever, too bad nobody saw it. Elias, some pretty mediocre playing. Who wants to walk with Elias? He's gonna give the fans the gift of humiliating Lashley. And again, damn, this is still going on. Part 18, Miracle on 34th Street fight. Trees cut up Lashley's chest. Presents, Legos, fire extinguishers, a bowling ball to the testicles, a cello. Where's Yo-Yo Ma? 1, 2, 3, a music. 2 stars. This was no miracle, but it was fun. A replay of the launch of the new era. Will it burn to cinders on ignition? Heath wants his friend's job back. What a good soul. He can't believe his 15 kids' Christmas requests, so he needs this job definitely. Glorious Gable versus the Revival for the tag titles already. Damn, no foreplay, no lube. They go for it right away. Raw Tag Team Championship. This was a pretty good taste of what these teams can do, but was only a taste. Kind of like an aperitif. Glorious wins, hope we get more. Then afterward, it looks like Gable pinned the wrong man. So there could be a rematch, but there's no rematches anymore. Just glad we're not getting Rude versus Sideburns and the rotating salad spinner of opponents until the 4 players are so overexposed nobody cares about the match. This is a bonus. B-Team is caroling in the back and pimp their merchandise. Brutal. Did they do that with a felt marker? Even Apollo's merch is better. And who the fuck is Apollo Crews? Lucha House is making an Xmas list in the back. It's for more Lucha. Kurt Hawkins just wants a win for God's sakes. And No Way Jose, just not to be future endeavored. A review of the 6 superstars making their way very soon to a professional wrestling show near you. Don't fuck this up. But may I remind you, The Ascension, American Alpha, Bayley, Finn Balor, Bobby freaking Roode, The Revival. This roster is replete with superstars that Vince has brought up to freshen up this roster, but forgets the most important thing. You have to book them properly. You have to approach new talent with a fresh attitude. Reminds you of a kid that wants new toys because he's bored. Dolph Ziggler, he deserves what Shane McMahon has. The moniker of best in the world, and that trophy. He wants a stand-up special, and after tonight, when he loses to Drew or Finn, his mid-card status will be confirmed. Up next, triple threat. Drew McIntyre, he's a limitless psychopath. Not the way you've been booking him lately, and he will win the Royal Rumble or win the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy. His victims will be Finn and Dolph. And wow, did these 3 put on a show, and surprisingly, Finn wins? What the fuck is going on with Drew McIntyre? He's gone full Hindenburg since his loss 3 weeks ago. He's lost 3 times in 4 weeks. He blames Ziggler, and then he gets zigzagged. What the hell? My mind is exploding watching this adamantium colossus just corrode before my eyes. Vince loves booking this way. On the way to a big victory, you lose a lot, so it looks more like a surprise. It doesn't work that way. A guy wins the Money in the Bank briefcase and then proceeds to lose every week for 20 weeks straight until he wins the world title? How does that make your champion look as if he spent the last 2 months losing? It discredits the legitimacy of your champion. I digress. Imagine Drew never lost at all, and then he wins the Rumble, and then wins the title, and it makes him look absolutely cast iron solid. Then when somebody beats him, it looks like an achievement. So much has gone into booking Drew like a monster that I'm surprised it has all fallen apart like this. Welcome to mediocrity, Drew, the 50-50 universe, where no superstars anymore, just angles to build the next network special. Tribute to the troops. Good to see they respect and support their military. Our Prime Minister thinks our war veterans ask for too much, then gives $150 million to help female empowerment in Zimbabwe and $10.5 million to Omar Khadr. Fuck my life. B-Team backstage, they're singing carols and they murder a Christmas tree. 6-woman tag, Mickey, Brooke, and Dumpster Fire versus Sasha, Ember Moon, and Bayley. The baby faces win in a meaningless time filler match with 0 consequences. What the fuck? It's the Riot Squad again. We need a shake-up in the front office. Apparently Corbin did a real shit job. Seth took time off from his bullshit feud with Dean Ambrose to beat the shit out of him. They replay it. Paul Heyman comes out to parody Silent Night. Don't do it again. Braun is going to get a big lump of coal, and out comes the abominable Strowman. He's dressed Heyman like Rudolph and says Lesnar's going to get these hands and leaves Paul standing there looking like a jackass. And I thought we were going to make some matzo balls or something. Replay of the gauntlet. Natalya is backstage. She's going to win because nobody knows Ronda like I do. No, she won't. Alexa Bliss doesn't want anything for Christmas because she's perfect. Tyler Breeze is conflicted because he can't choose between a speedy recovery for Fandango or the Ariana Grande tickets. He picks the tickets. Natalya versus Ronda for the Raw Women's Championship. This was really good. The tentative Ronda, not wanting to hurt her friend that wants the title. Good emotional value, sweat, and tears. Ronda wins. They embrace. Ambrose is in a festive mood. Damn, I'd hate to see him in a bad mood. He wants to give Seth what he deserves. To deck the halls, baby. Whatever that means. They botched this feud so bad, it's gone from K2 to the Marianas Trench. Can you say disappointing? Fighting with My Family, a WWE Films production. If I didn't know anything about this movie, I'd say it was about The Rock. And it's about Paige. Deceptive. It's like that Denzel Washington movie, Flight. You think it's a spectacular film, when really it's 15 minutes of a plane crash and 2 hours of watching an alcoholic flop around the screen. Heath Slater versus Jinder Mahal in a piss break match. A battle of who cares. Nice new era. Out comes Santa, giving out expired merchandise. Everybody gets distracted, even Jinder. We now add distraction by Santa Claus to the long list of distractions we've seen this year. Distraction by entrance music, distraction by partner being beaten up in the back, distraction by kissing, distraction by opponent's wife, distraction by pissing on a robe. Anyhow, Bollywood jumps in, 3-on-1, Santa gets in the ring, he lays waste to Brampton. Gore! It's Rhino! Cool moment. B-Team looks sick. It's like the 433rd day of Christmas they collapse. Brutal. A review of the 6 people being demoted to the main roster. Have mercy on their souls. Seth must concentrate on Corbin, or the looming sword of Damocles that embodies Ambrose will gut him. Apollo Crews, he wants a tank like Rusev so he can flip it and do a moonsault. The Ascension, oh, they just want to be on TV again. No Secret Santa. Angle is happy Baron Corbin is not the general manager. I have goals. Main event. Baron Corbin, you're not the GM anymore. Stop wearing vests and slacks. This has to be some kind of rib by Vince. You're gonna wrestle in a suit like Kane. Dumb. Get your gear. Anyhow, he takes on Rollins. Rollins wins with a stomp. No beatdown. No 3-on-1. No distraction finish. What the hell is going on tonight? This show didn't completely blow ass to the nth degree. On to the Christmas Day episode of Smackdown taped. The show kicks off with Fabulous Truth, dressed as Santa Claus, and Corey Graves with a horrible sweater. An action-packed show. Too bad they don't make a habit out of this. A 7-second carol break. Out comes the Grinch, Daniel Bryan, to steal Christmas. He exposes Truth as not real Santa Claus. What's wrong with a black Santa Claus? That's possible, right? It's just as credible as a Scandinavian Jesus. He exposes their material desires, destroying the coral reef, islands of oceanic garbage, and it's Santa's fault after all. But soon, the ice caps will melt, and Santa will disappear. Truth thinks he's winning the Royal Rumble, and winning the WWE Championship. Dance break, Bryan lays out poor Santa Claus, heel hooks him. Good thing he travels by sleigh. Mustafa Ali versus Andrade Cien Almos in a no time. Fans are really into Mustafa. Don't fuck this up. He's a lovable babyface with exciting offense, a Daredevil style, when he can cut a believable promo. Watch them heel turn him. Both guys look good here, but Mustafa went over because he's fighting Bryan at the Rumble. But what the hell happened to the time? This one was cut way too short. Samoa Joe is concerned. I'm concerned that this is going to go on for a while, till this means nothing. But, damn, Joe is good on the stick. Too bad he's on the losing end of every top roster feud he's involved in. 8-man tag match, the Usos and the Good Brothers versus Sanity and the Bar. Sanity making re-debut number 2 with the New Day on commentary. Big E using an entire bottle of olive oil. 700 super kicks and Sanity loses again. But a good showing for the Hair Club for Men. 6 new superstars coming soon. Just do it already. Mustafa's backstage getting hugs and high fives from the 205 guys. I thought the cruiserweights were the property of Raw. Brand split? Fuck it. Well, in runs Shelton Benjamin, another amazingly underutilized guy. He welcomes him to the roster. Then Daniel Bryan, like he was shot out of a cannon, jumps Mustafa. He didn't deserve to be here. Miz TV segment. And this crowd boos the shit out of him. For a crowd that is witnessing at least 5 hours of tapings, they're freaking enthusiastic. There's some rumors that they've played with the audio on this show, and if that's the case, do it again. Wow. This show was ridiculously hot. Not as hot as The Miz is for his bromance with his next guest, Shane McMahon, and out he comes, looking very .com. Shane says they're listening to the fans, but The Miz is obsessed with making a tag team with Shane. He's won everything, but not his father's respect. He wants to team with Shane because it's his dad idea, and only then will he gain his father's approval. He asks the fans, and they think it's a good idea, and the crowd says, hell yeah! Shane agrees to the pairing, but with a caveat. If you screw me, there will be consequences. Believe me, penetration will occur. It's Rusev's birthday. He's gonna beat Cheesecake Nakamura on Rusev Day. Alright, grudge match time. Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe. A very aggressive match until Jeff loses his cool and gets DQ'd. Loses his focus because he was thinking about getting a pint later, and Joe puts him in the coquina clutch and leaves him lying at ringside. Shinsuke says Rusev will get one thing for Christmas. Knee to the face. New Days. Got a New Year's celebration, and Cena returns next week. The Usos are backstage. Manda and Sonya are trying to seduce Jay under the mistletoe. In runs Naomi to kick their ass. Just to remind you, Sonya is a legit lesbian, not interested. Prepare for the women's mid-card saga. Up next, the U.S. title match. Rusev versus Nakamura. These two go all out for 20 plus minutes. False finishes. Just a great wrestling match. And in the end, Rusev picks up the win and the title on his birthday. Just amazing. What is in the water where they were this week? Insane. Mr. McMahon is in the back, lambasting AJ. Apparently they both have black holes for hearts, and they just want to control and suck everything into themselves. He wants to see the animal in AJ. He slaps him. AJ knocks him out. A 73-year-old man. AJ can't believe what he's done, and McMahon smiles, having achieved the required result. AJ the killer, not AJ the heel. They did such a great job of building him as a likable, convincing babyface. He needs a new dimension. Maybe an LED jacket? A silk scarf? On to Wednesday with NXT. First up, Io Shirai, Lacey Evans, Mia Yim, and Bianca Belair. Winner gets a shot at Shayna Baszler. This match goes forward regardless of that goddamn metal crate that everyone seems to take suplexes, suicide dives onto at their personal peril. This one was a 15 minutes of chaos, and Belair prevails. She's a heel. How this damn dynamic is going to play out in Phoenix, time will tell. Regardless, kick ass. Nobody looks bad here. Mitch Taverna versus Forgotten Sons Jackson Riker. He obliterates this young guy to crickets and scary faces. Velveteen Dream. Year 2 is going to be brighter than the first. And wow, what a great first year. He's only 23. The future is limitless unless Vince gets a hold of you. A replay of last week's steel cage match, including the DIY reunion and the Gargano victory. Tommaso Ciampa, live from his storage container, he says Johnny should have an opportunity, but not at his title. Perhaps the North American title. Then they can both be champions. What a delusional manipulator. Don't think Gargano was going to fall for this one. Next week, the year-end awards. And Riddle versus Ono 2. Main event. Heavy Machinery versus the Era. Really good. No shenanigans, ref bumps, run-ins. Era win clean, and Machinery go up to the main roster. No original 205 Live this week. It's the best of, so my week is shorter. It's a bonus. That's it for this week in wrestling. Week number 2 of the new era. And good to see nothing has changed. More McMahons. Same old distraction finishes. 50-50 booking continues at a rampant pace. Don't like the language? I'm running out of clever ways to tell you to suck a cock. Don't like the content? Suck a cock. Actually like the show? You've been sucking Vince's cock. Remember, I'm only a security guard. I just observe and report. I'm Mike AD. This has been the Knights of the Squared Circle Wrestling Podcast Extra, This Week in Wrestling. You know, I've been doing this show now for a while, and despite my efforts to get viewers for what I consider to be a good show, views and subscribers have been in short supply. Thank you to all who enjoy it. A double thanks to all those who tolerate it. Believe me, of all people I know, I can't tolerate myself sometimes. I'm going to do this. Not because I want to name drop for hits, but I want to name drop for hits. Monster, great show, love your show. JD from New York, Off the Script podcast, love your show. Ole Davis, Wrestle Talk, love your podcast. Please subscribe to me. Give me some razors to sell or a corner for me to prostitute myself so I don't have to do this in vain for a mere 12 hits. Without you, there is no show. I need more of you. If you think my show's shit, fuck you. I work hard on it. I don't set up a mic and jack off. It's an 11-hour labor of love each week for 20 minutes max. So as we turn on the product to see what's going to happen here, just remember you have the power. Good night. And don't get too excited or they might add cheers in post.